Disclaimer. All content on this channel is created strictly for educational and harm reduction purposes only. We do not promote, condone, or encourage the use of illegal substances. The discussions, demonstrations, and references to psychedelic substances are intended to raise awareness and provide accurate information from a professional, trained, and trauma-informed perspective. Do not attempt to recreate, imitate, or act upon anything shown or described in these videos. We are trained facilitators working within legal frameworks, often in countries or contexts where such practices are permitted. We are not liable for any actions taken by individuals who view or interpret this content. By watching these videos, you agree that Finally Detached and its representatives are not responsible for any harm, injury, or legal consequences resulting from your decisions. If you're interested in professional guidance, private retreats, or educational resources, please contact us directly, finallydetached.com. Stay safe, open your mind, and enjoy the show.
Welcome to this audiobook session of Mushrooms from the Cosmos. Before we dive in, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a journey of cosmic insight and mushroom wisdom. Disclaimer: this audiobook is for educational and inspirational purposes only. The content explores spiritual and philosophical interpretations of psilocybin and should not be taken as medical or therapeutic advice. Always seek guidance from a qualified professional before engaging with any psychedelic substances. Now, take a deep breath and let the mushroom speak. In the quiet, untouched woods of our world, a subtle transformation happens after a light rainfall. The ground, softened and nourished, becomes a fertile playground for myriad life forms, but none so captivating as the mushroom. These fungi rise from the soil, sprouting cap and stem, creating an enchanting forest beneath the forest, one that is largely ignored unless you're actively looking. Yet, as terrestrial and grounded as they seem, these mushrooms may carry with them secrets not just of our Earth, but of the cosmos. Mushrooms, the fruiting bodies of fungi, have been an essential part of Earth's ecosystem for millions of years. Their networks, the mycelium, are vast underground webs that act as nature's internet, connecting plants, trees, and the very soil they inhabit. But beyond their ecological importance, mushrooms have shaped human history, culture, medicine, and spirituality. They've been seen as symbols of life, death, and rebirth, and even as bridges between worlds. So it is only fitting that we now turn our gaze upwards and wonder, could the humble mushroom also be a bridge between planets? A symbol of life's tenacity, not just on Earth, but throughout the universe? The idea might sound fantastical. Mushrooms from space. Yet, when we embark on the journey of astrobiology, the study of life beyond Earth's atmosphere, we find ourselves faced with questions that blur the lines between science and philosophy. What is life? How did it begin? And more pertinently, are we truly alone in this vast expanse of stars, galaxies, and nebulae? In the last few decades, our understanding of the universe has expanded exponentially. We've sent probes beyond our solar system, landed rovers on Mars, and peered into the atmospheres of distant exoplanets. With every mission, every discovery, the potential for finding life, or at least the conditions suitable for it, grows. And while we often imagine extraterrestrial life as complex, intelligent beings, often influenced by pop culture's depiction of aliens, it's far more likely that if we do find life, it will be microscopic. Bacteria, perhaps. Or maybe, just maybe, fungi. This book, Mushrooms from the Cosmos, The Intergalactic Mycological Connection, is an exploration of that tantalizing possibility. But why mushrooms? Why not focus solely on bacteria or other simpler life forms? The answer lies in the unique resilience and adaptability of fungi. Some fungi on Earth thrive in extreme environments, from the scalding vents of deep-sea volcanoes to the frozen tundras of the Arctic. This adaptability, combined with the durability of fungal spores, makes them prime candidates for life forms that could endure the harsh conditions of space. If life on Earth can be so resilient, why not elsewhere? Furthermore, the concept of panspermia, a theory suggesting that life, in its most rudimentary forms, could travel between planets and possibly even star systems, brings fungi to the forefront. Fungal spores, due to their hardiness, could potentially hitch a ride on asteroids or cosmic dust, traveling vast distances and seeding life wherever they land. While this idea remains a theory, it's an exciting and plausible one that prompts us to reconsider our understanding of how life spreads in the universe. As we dive deeper into this topic, we'll explore the intricate dance between astrobiology and mycology, between stars and spores. We'll delve into past space missions that have unexpectedly found fungi on spacecraft, raising questions about contamination versus discovery. We'll also investigate the role mushrooms might play in the future colonization of other planets. How might we harness their potential as food sources, waste recyclers, or even as building materials? But this journey isn't just scientific, it's also philosophical. As we ponder the universe and our place within it, we must grapple with the profound implications of our findings. If mushrooms, with their rich symbolic history, were to be found beyond our planet, what would that mean for humanity's understanding of life, death, and our interconnectedness with the cosmos? It is our hope that as you navigate the chapters of this book, you not only gain a deeper appreciation for the scientific wonders of the universe and the magical realm of fungi, but also reflect upon the larger questions of existence. The cosmos, vast and mysterious, beckons us with its enigmas, and as we stand on the precipice of new discoveries, it's worth remembering that sometimes the answers might be found in the most unassuming places, in this case, beneath the cap and stem of a mushroom. So, dear reader, let's embark on this intergalactic mycological journey together. Let's discover the secrets that mushrooms might hold, not just for our world, but for the universe at large. And as we traverse this cosmic path, let's remain ever curious, ever questioning, and always in awe of the wonders that await. In the vast realm of biology, few organisms elicit as much wonder and curiosity as mushrooms. These organisms, often popping up overnight in forests, gardens, and sometimes even in our homes, have a mystique that spans both their earthly roles and potential cosmic significance. To truly delve into the possibility of mushrooms having an intergalactic connection, we must first lay a foundation of understanding their very nature and how they fit into our earthly ecosystems. The basics: what makes a mushroom? At a glance, a mushroom might seem simple. It's often pictured as a cap on a stalk, sometimes with gills underneath. But this is just a small part of a much more intricate and fascinating life form. A mushroom is the fruiting body of a fungus, akin to the apple on a tree. Its primary role: reproduction. Those gills or pores beneath the caps. They release millions, sometimes billions, of microscopic spores, which can lead to the growth of new fungal organisms. The main body of the fungus lives beneath the surface. It's a complex web known as the mycelium. Think of it as a vast branching underground network, spreading out in search of nutrients and water. This mycelium is made up of hyphae, tiny thread-like structures which grow and branch in various directions. It's through these hyphae that the fungus absorbs nutrients from its surroundings. The fungal kingdom, a diverse array of life forms. Mushrooms are just one form that fungi can take. The fungal kingdom is vast and diverse, encompassing yeasts used in baking and brewing, molds that can both help in decomposition and spoil our food, and the mycorrhizal fungi that form mutualistic relationships with plants. There are approximately 120,000 known species of fungi, though experts speculate that this number only scratches the surface, with potentially millions more yet to be discovered. These fungi play essential roles in ecosystems around the world, from the cold tundras to the tropical rainforests. Symbiotic relationships and ecosystem roles. Fungi aren't just passive entities in their environments, they're active participants in complex ecological dances. One of the most significant relationships fungi form is with plants. Over 90% of plants form mutualistic partnerships with fungi called mycorrhizal relationships. Here, the plant provides the fungus with sugars, products of photosynthesis, while the fungus offers the plant essential nutrients like phosphorus and nitrogen, which the fungal hyphae are adept at absorbing from the soil. This relationship has been pivotal in the evolution of terrestrial life. It's believed that fungi played a crucial role in helping plants colonize land over 400 million years ago. By partnering with fungi, early plants could better extract nutrients from the rocky terrain, giving them a foothold in previously inhospitable environments. Fungi also play the role of nature's recyclers. They break down organic matter, from fallen leaves to dead animals, returning essential elements to the soil. Without fungi, our world would be cluttered with the undecomposed remains of plants and animals. In some environments, fungi can also play the role of predator. There are species which can capture nematodes using specialized structures, showcasing the versatility and adaptability of these organisms. Unveiling the mysteries of fungal reproduction. A fascinating aspect of fungi, including mushrooms, is their reproduction. Most mushrooms reproduce through spores, tiny cells that can grow into a new organism. These spores are incredibly resilient. They can endure extreme temperatures, dryness, and other harsh conditions, awaiting the perfect moment to germinate. Some mushrooms have evolved intricate methods to ensure their spores spread far and wide. The classic puffball mushroom releases a cloud of spores when disturbed, whether by falling raindrops or a passing animal. Others, like the stinkhorn, produce foul odors to attract insects, which then inadvertently spread their sticky spores. It's this resilience and adaptability of fungal spores that leads scientists to ponder their potential survival in space. Could these tiny, robust entities endure the vacuum of space, cosmic radiation, and the coldness of the void? And if so, what implications does this have for our understanding of life's spread in the universe? Conclusion. Understanding mushrooms and their broader fungal family is pivotal to contemplating their potential extraterrestrial origins or connections. Their resilience, adaptability, and intricate relationships with the environment showcase an evolutionary journey that is both rooted deeply in our Earth and potentially reaches out to the stars. As we venture further into the cosmos, understanding the organisms that share our planet becomes even more crucial. For in the delicate structures of mycelium and the release of a spore cloud, we might just find the clues to life's greatest mysteries. Ever since Galileo peered into the skies with his rudimentary telescope, humans have wondered about the vastness of space and the myriad of possibilities it holds. Central to these musings is the perennial question: are we alone in the universe? The idea of extraterrestrial life has been both an enchanting dream and an existential query. As we venture into the second chapter of our exploration, we delve into the enigmatic realms of life beyond our blue planet, laying the foundation to understand the potential existence of mushrooms in this expansive cosmos. The nature of life. Before we entertain the idea of extraterrestrial life, it's crucial to define what we mean by life. On Earth, life exhibits certain hallmark characteristics. It replicates, evolves, metabolizes energy, reacts to stimuli, and maintains homeostasis. The cells of organisms house complex molecular machinery, orchestrating a symphony of chemical reactions to sustain life. But how do we translate this Earth-centric definition to a cosmic scale? The truth is, our understanding of life is largely based on our sole example, Earth. Life beyond our planet might operate on principles and chemistries we've yet to conceive. Potential habitats, from Mars to exoplanets. Our search for extraterrestrial life often starts close to home. Within our solar system, several celestial bodies show promise. Mars, dubbed the Red Planet, Mars has been a focus of intrigue due to evidence of liquid water in its past. Though its surface today is barren and exposed to intense radiation, underground pockets might still harbor microbial life. Recent discoveries of subsurface lakes and water ice deposits further stoke this speculation. Europa and Enceladus. These icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, respectively, hide vast subsurface oceans beneath their frozen crusts. These dark waters, warmed by tidal gravitational forces, might be nurturing life isolated for eons. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, presents a curious case. With lakes and rivers of liquid methane and ethane, it offers a radical environment where life, if it exists, would operate on completely different biochemical principles. Beyond our solar system, the last 2 decades have witnessed the discovery of thousands of exoplanets, planets orbiting stars outside our solar system. Some of these lie in the Goldilocks zone, or the habitable zone around their stars, where conditions might be just right for liquid water, a key ingredient for life as we know it. Though the sheer distances make direct exploration challenging, studying the atmospheres of these planets for signs of life, like biosignature gases, is a burgeoning field. Characteristics of life and how they might differ in space. Life on Earth utilizes carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur as its primary building blocks. These elements, woven together through the intricate dance of chemistry, give rise to DNA, proteins, and other biomolecules. Water serves as the solvent in which these reactions occur, making it indispensable to terrestrial life. But could extraterrestrial life be built differently? Silicon, for instance, is chemically similar to carbon. In theory, silicon-based life forms might exist, swapping our watery milieu for one of liquid methane or ammonia. Alternatively, life in the cold voids of space might rely on supercritical fluids, substances that blur the line between liquids and gases, as solvents. These speculations force us to re-evaluate our criteria for habitability. While we prioritize the search for water, it's essential to remain open to other solvents and biochemistries. The Drake equation and the odds of intelligent life. In 1961, Dr. Frank Drake formulated an equation to estimate the number of technologically advanced civilizations in our Milky Way galaxy. The Drake equation multiplies several factors: the rate of star formation, the fraction of stars with planets, the number of planets that could potentially support life, the fraction on which life actually appears, the fraction that evolves intelligent life, the fraction that releases detectable signals, and the length of time these civilizations release these signals. While the equation offers a systematic approach, many of its variables remain unknown, making precise estimates elusive. However, given the sheer number of stars and planets in our galaxy alone, not to mention the countless other galaxies in the universe, the possibility of intelligent life seems more a question of when we'll find it rather than if. Challenges in the search for extraterrestrial life. The vastness of space is a double-edged sword. While it promises almost limitless possibilities, it also presents formidable challenges. Light, our primary messenger from the cosmos, takes years to travel interstellar distances. Thus, even if we were to receive a signal from an intelligent civilization, it might have been sent millennia ago. Further, our techniques, like studying exoplanet atmospheres or seeking microbial life on Mars, are in their infancy. The instruments and probes we deploy are constrained by technological limitations and vast cosmic distances. Conclusion. As we stand at the forefront of astrobiology, with eyes set on the stars and feet grounded on our mushroom-laden Earth, it's essential to foster a blend of humility and curiosity. While mushrooms might seem terrestrial, their potential cosmic story intertwines with the quest for extraterrestrial life, a journey that asks us to redefine our understanding of life and its place in the cosmos. The concept of life beyond our planet has captured human imagination for centuries. Yet, it's not just humanoid or animal life that we imagine in the inky blackness of space. Microbial life, with its incredible diversity and adaptability, is at the forefront of this quest for understanding. Among these microbes, fungi have emerged as an astonishing example of resilience and potential interstellar prowess. Past space missions and the surprising presence of fungi. Space missions, notably those on the International Space Station, ISS, have given scientists a platform to study life in microgravity and the effects of space radiation. These experiments have offered insights into how terrestrial organisms respond to the harshness of space. Surprisingly, fungi have been star performers in these experiments. In one memorable instance, fungal spores from a species of Aspergillus and Penicillium were found on the exterior surfaces of the ISS. Even more astonishing was the fact that they survived for 18 months, exposed to the vacuum of space, extreme temperatures, and harmful ultraviolet (UV) radiation. The resilience demonstrated by these spores challenged our understanding of life's boundaries. Their survival proposed that fungi might possess an innate ability to withstand, if not thrive, in environments previously deemed hostile. The resilience of spores, surviving harsh space environments. A critical factor that contributes to the resilience of fungi is the structure and nature of their spores. Fungal spores are incredibly tough and equipped to survive in adverse conditions. This is evident even on Earth, where spores can remain dormant for extended periods, waiting for the right conditions to germinate. In space, the adaptability of these spores is heightened. They produce pigments that can shield them from harmful UV radiation, almost like a built-in sunscreen. Furthermore, their cell walls are composed of chitin and other complex polysaccharides, providing a robust barrier against desiccation and radiation. This combination of factors allows many fungal spores to endure the challenges of space, making them ideal candidates for potential extraterrestrial life. How fungi could colonize other planets. Given their proven resilience in space, fungi could play a crucial role in the colonization of other planets. Their adaptive nature can be harnessed in several ways. Terraforming. Fungi are nature's decomposers. In potential colonization scenarios, they can be employed to break down organic matter, helping to kickstart soil formation processes on barren planets. They can aid in recycling dead plant material, gradually converting it into nutrient-rich soil, setting the stage for more complex ecosystems. Symbiotic relationships. Mycorrhizal fungi, which form symbiotic relationships with plants, can assist in making extraterrestrial agriculture viable. By enhancing nutrient uptake and providing plants with increased stress tolerance, they can help in establishing sustainable food sources for colonists. Biomining. Certain fungi can absorb and concentrate metals from their environment. This process, known as biomining, can be utilized to extract essential minerals from the soils of other planets, aiding in construction and other needs of a growing colony. Environmental sensors. Fungi respond to changes in their environment by altering their growth patterns, producing different metabolites, or changing color. This sensitivity can be leveraged to create biological sensors, alerting colonists to changes in environmental conditions. Biological protection. Fungi produce a plethora of compounds, some of which have antibiotic, antiviral, or antifungal properties. In space colonies, where introducing Earth's pathogens might be a concern, these fungi can be part of the defense strategy, ensuring the health of colonists. As space agencies and private entities consider the prospects of Martian colonies or lunar bases, fungi's utility and potential become undeniably significant. While they might not be the life forms we pictured when dreaming of space exploration, their understated importance and impressive capabilities could make them vital players in humanity's cosmic journey. Incorporating mycelium in space structures. Beyond their biological roles, fungi offer structural benefits. Mycelium, the vegetative part of a fungus, can be utilized to develop sustainable and biodegradable materials. The potential applications are numerous, from creating habitats that use mycelium-based bricks to developing furniture and other essentials using fungi-derived materials. Not only are these materials sustainable, but they also have the advantage of being grown on-site, reducing the need for heavy cargo transport from Earth. Conclusion. Space, with its vastness and mystery, is a formidable frontier for life as we know it. However, fungi, with their adaptability and myriad of applications, challenge the limits of what's possible. As we stand on the cusp of a new era of space exploration, it becomes clear that our understanding of life, its potential, and its resilience is deeply intertwined with these remarkable organisms. The future of space exploration and colonization will undoubtedly present challenges that test our ingenuity and resourcefulness. Yet, as has been demonstrated time and again, nature often holds the solutions to our most pressing problems. In fungi, we may have allies that not only help us survive, but thrive as we venture beyond our pale blue dot. Panspermia, derived from the ancient Greek words pan, all, and sperma, seed, postulates a fascinating idea that life in its basic forms can be spread throughout the universe, moving from one celestial body to another. It challenges the long-held belief that life originated and evolved independently on each planet, suggesting instead that life, or the precursors of life, might have a cosmic origin. This theory stands at the crossroads of astrobiology, astronomy, and planetary science. Panspermia considers the possibility that microbial life, or the essential chemical components needed for life, can be transferred between planets and possibly even between star systems. There are several mechanisms proposed for such transfers: meteoroids, asteroids, space dust, and even directed panspermia, where life is deliberately sent to other planets by advanced civilizations. It's a mind-bending proposition, isn't it? The thought that the seeds of life are not bound by the gravity of one planet, but instead they sail the vast ocean of space, waiting to find a new home. And if this theory holds water, it would have profound implications for our understanding of life's origin, distribution, and the interconnectedness of living organisms across galaxies. Could mushrooms be space travelers? Given our subject of focus, an intriguing question arises. Could fungi with their resilient spores be one of the potential space travelers? The idea is not as far-fetched as it might initially seem. Fungal spores are known for their hardiness. They can endure extreme temperatures, ultraviolet radiation, and prolonged desiccation. This resilience could, theoretically, allow them to survive the harsh environment of space, especially if shielded within rocks or meteorites. Mycelium, the vegetative part of a fungus, possesses an incredible ability to colonize a variety of substrates. Given the right conditions, it's conceivable that mycelium could take root on another celestial body, using available nutrients to grow and spread. This adaptability gives fungi an edge in potentially colonizing new environments. Moreover, recent space missions have inadvertently tested the endurance of fungi in space. Fungal spores have been found to survive outside the International Space Station, exposed to the vacuum of space and bombarded with cosmic radiation. Such discoveries provide a tantalizing hint that mushrooms might not only survive an interstellar journey, but could potentially thrive on another world. The idea of mushrooms as space travelers also dovetails with their enigmatic nature on Earth. Their sudden appearance after rains, their diverse forms, and the vast underground mycelial networks that connect entire forests evoke an almost otherworldly image. Could it be that these fascinating organisms have a lineage that traces back to the stars? Evidence and counter-arguments. The case for panspermia, and more specifically for mushrooms as potential cosmic voyagers, rests on several pieces of evidence. Resilience of fungal spores. As mentioned, certain fungi have demonstrated an ability to survive in space conditions. These findings, while not definitive proof, suggest that fungal spores could endure long journeys between planets. Presence of organic molecules in space. Organic molecules, the building blocks of life, have been discovered on comets, asteroids, and interstellar clouds. This hints at the ubiquity of life's essential ingredients throughout the cosmos. Mars meteorites. Some meteorites believed to have originated from Mars show structures resembling microbial life. While highly debated, these structures raise the possibility of life having once existed on Mars and potentially being transferred to Earth via meteorites. However, while the evidence above is intriguing, it's essential to approach the theory of panspermia and the role of fungi within it with a measure of skepticism. Several counter-arguments challenge the idea. Origins of panspermia. One significant critique is the origin problem. Even if life was transferred via panspermia, where did that life originally form? The theory doesn't necessarily provide answers about the origins of life, but merely shifts the question to another location or time. Survival of entry. Even if spores can survive in space, the violent process of entering a planet's atmosphere, with its intense heat and pressure, could destroy them. Contamination concerns. The findings of fungi on space missions could be the result of contamination from Earth rather than proof of their inherent space-worthiness. In conclusion, while the theory of panspermia presents a captivating narrative about life's journey through the cosmos, it remains one of several hypotheses about the origins and distribution of life in the universe. Mushrooms, with their profound resilience and adaptability, make compelling potential space travelers in this narrative. But like all scientific endeavors, the theory requires further evidence, rigorous testing, and open debate. The quest to unravel our cosmic story, it seems, is filled with as many mysteries as the night sky. The frontier of space colonization has captured the imagination of humanity for centuries. From the notion of lunar bases to terraforming Mars, the challenges and opportunities in establishing human presence beyond Earth are monumental. Interestingly, amidst advanced technologies and innovations, the humble mushroom, or more broadly fungi, might play a critical role in facilitating human life in the vastness of space. Fungi as sustainable building materials. When pondering the construction of habitats on extraterrestrial bodies, transporting materials from Earth is prohibitively expensive and logistically challenging. The ideal solution would be to use in situ resources, materials found on site, to facilitate construction. Here, fungi emerge as a promising solution. Mycelium, the vegetative part of the fungus, consisting of a mass of branching, thread-like hyphae, has shown potential as a biocomposite material. When grown in molds, mycelium can solidify into specific shapes. This property suggests an innovative way to construct habitats. Picture this. Astronaut colonizers could transport compact fungal spores to a colonization site, like Mars. These spores would then be cultivated in Martian regolith soil-infused structures, resulting in a growth of mycelium. Over time, these would harden and form solid, sustainable habitats. Furthermore, mycelium is known to provide excellent insulation. A habitat constructed from mycelium would offer protection against the extreme temperatures of space, particularly the frigid cold of Martian nights or the scorching days of other planets. Given the right conditions for growth, a fungal-based habitat is not only feasible, but could be a pioneering approach to space colonization. Decomposition and waste management. Waste management is another major concern for long-term space missions or colonization. The accumulation of waste, especially organic waste, can be detrimental to the health and well-being of astronauts. Enter fungi, the Earth's prime decomposers. Fungi can break down a myriad of organic materials, from dead plants and animals to synthetic polymers. By introducing specific fungi strains tailored for waste decomposition in space habitats, we can ensure efficient recycling of organic waste, converting them into biomass that could, in turn, support further fungal growth or other uses. This closed-loop system will be paramount in maintaining the sustainability of extraterrestrial colonies. Mycoprotein, a potential source of nutrition. Food sources in space are a subject of significant concern. While advancements in hydroponics and aeroponics have made it possible to grow plants in space, fungi offer another sustainable food solution. Mycoprotein, derived from fungi, is already a popular meat alternative on Earth. With its high protein content and reduced resource needs, in terms of water, energy, and space, cultivating fungi for food is immensely practical. The rapid growth rate of certain fungi means that astronauts could have a continuous supply of fresh, nutritious mycoprotein without relying solely on pre-packed meals or solely plant-based diets. Furthermore, mushrooms can enhance the variety of an astronaut's diet, providing essential nutrients and minerals. Their adaptability means they can be cultivated in a variety of environments, given the right substrate and conditions. Medical potential, antibiotics, and other medicinal compounds. The isolation of space colonies from Earth means a self-sufficient medical system is crucial. While most discussions revolve around medical equipment and training, there's a growing realization of the potential pitfalls of not having access to a diverse range of medicines. Fungi have been a source of medicinal compounds for centuries. The most famous of these is penicillin, an antibiotic derived from the fungus Penicillium. In space colonies, where the introduction of new pathogens might be limited, the overuse of a limited range of antibiotics can quickly lead to resistance. Having the capability to cultivate diverse fungi for their medicinal properties can be a game-changer. From antibiotics to antivirals and other bioactive compounds, fungi could be an invaluable medical resource in space. Conclusion. The vision of space colonization is vast and multifaceted. While spacecraft and robotics will undoubtedly play significant roles, it's the smaller, often overlooked organisms like fungi that might hold the key to sustainable life beyond our blue planet. From constructing habitats and managing waste to nourishing and healing astronauts, mushrooms and their fungal kin could be at the forefront of humanity's leap into the cosmos. The next chapters will delve deeper into the spiritual and philosophical dimensions that this cosmic connection with mushrooms presents, urging us to reflect on our place in the universe and the intertwined destinies of all life forms. Space colonization, an audacious dream that has fascinated humanity for generations, is now more tangible than ever, with advancements in space technology and engineering. As we look to the stars, one question remains pertinent. How do we create sustainable ecosystems that can support human life in environments that are inherently hostile? Surprisingly, the answer may lie in the humble mushroom. A foundation in mycoremediation. Before we deep dive into mushrooms' role in space, it's crucial to understand a principle called mycoremediation. Mycoremediation is a process where fungi break down or render harmless contaminants in the environment. On Earth, fungi have shown potential in cleaning up environments riddled with pesticides, plastics, and even radioactive material. The adaptability of fungi to extreme conditions, combined with their potential to restore balance to ecosystems, makes them prime candidates for addressing the challenges of extraterrestrial colonization. Mushrooms as sustainable building materials. Astroarchitects are currently grappling with the issue of constructing habitats on other planets. Transporting materials from Earth is prohibitively expensive and logistically challenging. Enter the world of mycotecture, the art of building with mushrooms. Certain fungi, especially those from the mycelium family, can grow and solidify into materials with similar characteristics to leather or even some plastics. These can be cultivated into desired shapes. Imagine seeding a structure on Mars, and over a period, it grows into a full-fledged habitat, resilient to the planet's conditions and providing natural insulation. It's sustainable, requires minimal input, and can be reproduced easily. Life support and waste management. Mushrooms can play a dual role in managing waste and supporting life. In closed ecosystems, like a potential space habitat, the efficient recycling of organic waste is paramount. Fungi are nature's decomposers. They can break down organic matter, transforming waste products into resources that can support plant growth and human sustenance. Furthermore, certain fungi have been studied for their ability to extract minerals from rocks, a process known as mycological leaching. This could be invaluable in extraterrestrial environments where essential minerals for human survival need to be sourced from the local terrain. Mycoprotein, a nutritional boon. Feeding a growing population in space is a complex challenge. Food needs to be nutrient-dense, easy to produce, and have a low resource imprint. Fungi, specifically Fusarium venenatum, have been cultivated on Earth to produce mycoprotein, a high-quality protein source that's also rich in fiber and various essential nutrients. Growing mushrooms for nutrition in space habitats offers several advantages. They require less space and resources compared to traditional crops. They're resilient, grow rapidly, and certain species can even thrive on waste products, converting them into food. Medicinal potential in alien environments. Space environments are high-risk areas for potential health problems. Radiation, reduced gravity, and the psychological stresses of confined spaces can take a toll on the human body. Here again, fungi might offer solutions. Several mushroom species have compounds with known health benefits. For instance, the reishi mushroom has been studied for its potential anti-cancer properties, while the lion's mane mushroom might support neural health, which could be invaluable in combating cognitive decline in space's harsh environments. Moreover, with the long duration required for interplanetary travel, there's a risk of pathogens mutating or evolving. The diverse chemical compounds in mushrooms could be a source of new antibiotics or antivirals, providing a dynamic response to evolving microbial threats. Mushrooms as a psychological anchor. Beyond the physical and environmental challenges of space colonization, there's a psychological dimension. The vastness and isolation of space can evoke feelings of loneliness and alienation. The act of growing something, especially something as earthly familiar as mushrooms, can serve as a connection to our home planet. Furthermore, some advocates for space exploration and colonization have speculated on the potential therapeutic uses of psychedelic mushrooms to address the profound existential and psychological challenges astronauts might face. While this is still a controversial subject, it warrants consideration given the unique pressures of living beyond our home planet. Conclusion. As we stand at the precipice of a new era of space exploration and colonization, the roles that Earth's organisms, especially fungi, can play become increasingly clear. Fungi offer not just practical solutions for sustenance and survival, but also provide a bridge of connection between our terrestrial existence and the boundless possibilities of the cosmos. By integrating these natural wonders into our plans for the future, we not only enhance our chances of successfully inhabiting other worlds, but also ensure that as we move forward, we carry with us the intricate tapestry of life that has evolved on our home planet. The role of mushrooms in space colonization exemplifies the essence of astrobiology, the harmonious blend of Earth's life with the vast expanse of the universe. The study of fungi, or mycology, has for long been limited to the terrestrial sphere of our pale blue dot, Earth. However, as we look to the stars and consider the vastness of the universe, it's only natural that our curiosity about life, and more specifically fungal life, extends beyond our planet. This chapter aims to navigate the thrilling journey ahead for astromycology, exploring the ongoing research, upcoming space missions, and the endless possibilities of interstellar mycological studies. Ongoing research. The last decade has seen a surge in the interest around fungi and their potential role in space. Both space agencies and independent researchers are probing the limits of fungal resilience. NASA, for instance, has been studying fungi aboard the International Space Station, ISS, to understand how they behave in microgravity and the potential risks or benefits they might pose to long-duration space missions. One significant discovery is the resilience of certain fungal spores. Some fungi, when exposed to space-like conditions in the lab, showed a surprising ability to survive. Deinococcus radiodurans, a bacterium, already proved that some terrestrial organisms could survive the harsh radiation of space. Now, some fungi are joining this elite list, with their spores showing resistance to extreme temperatures, ultraviolet radiation, and the vacuum of space. The potential implications of this are vast. If fungal spores can survive the journey through space, it paves the way for further studies on panspermia, the theory that life exists throughout the universe and is spread by asteroids, meteors, and interstellar dust. Upcoming space missions. Astrobiologists have long focused on Mars as a potential site for past or present life. With the upcoming manned Mars missions in the 2030s, there's an increasing interest in understanding how fungi might play a part. Firstly, there's the potential risk. Fungi from Earth could contaminate the Martian environment. Thus, understanding which fungi are hitching a ride on our spacecraft is crucial. But this risk could also be an opportunity. Introducing beneficial fungi to Martian habitats, either accidentally or intentionally, could pave the way for terraforming efforts. Beyond Mars, the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, like Europa and Enceladus, are being targeted for exploration due to their subsurface oceans. Here, the focus isn't on introducing fungi, but discovering them. If these moons harbor life, it's possible that fungi-like organisms could be part of their ecosystems, feeding on organic matter and potentially producing oxygen. Harnessing the power of fungi for space exploration. While we often think of fungi in terms of mushrooms or molds, the fungal kingdom is incredibly diverse. Some fungi are already being researched for their ability to create sustainable materials. Mycelium, the root-like structure of fungi, can be cultivated to produce alternatives to leather, plastic, and even building materials. This property can be incredibly useful in space. Imagine astronauts on Mars or the Moon using fungi to build habitats. Instead of transporting heavy construction materials from Earth, they could carry lightweight fungal spores, cultivate them in extraterrestrial conditions, and create durable, insulating habitats. Moreover, fungi could also play a role in life support systems. They can break down waste, purifying water and air in the process. Some fungi can even extract metals from rocks, a process called biomining. This ability could be harnessed to mine essential minerals on other planets. Limitless possibilities of interstellar mycological studies. When we talk about interstellar travel, the distances and timescales are mind-boggling. Here, fungi might offer a solution too. Some fungal species show signs of biological immortality. They can theoretically live indefinitely under the right conditions. If humans were to embark on interstellar voyages lasting centuries, could fungi be the key to sustainable food, air, and even companionship? Additionally, if we do find extraterrestrial fungi or fungi-like organisms, studying them could revolutionize our understanding of life. They might follow entirely different biological rules, have different genetic materials, or utilize energy in novel ways. The study of such organisms could reshape industries, medicine, and technology on Earth. Conclusion. The road ahead for astromycology is an exciting one, filled with limitless potential and countless unknowns. As humanity takes its first tentative steps towards becoming an interplanetary species, fungi, with their resilience and versatility, are poised to play a pivotal role. While we're only beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible, one thing is clear: the future of astromycology offers a thrilling intersection of space exploration, biology, technology, and the very nature of life itself. As we reach for the stars, we might just find that fungi are our companions on this grand cosmic journey. Thank you for listening to this audiobook. Make sure to like, subscribe, and follow our channel. We've only just scratched the surface of understanding this connection, but it's evident that our journey, with mushrooms as our cosmic companions, is bound to be a fascinating one. Here's to the mysteries yet unsolved, the frontiers yet unexplored, and the wondrous dance of life that ties us all, from the smallest spore to the vastest galaxy, in the embrace of the cosmos. Experience the mushroom. FinallyDetached.com